Dear students, already we have seen about carbon and its compound. There are hundreds of carbon compounds are present. Some of the example medicines, some chemicals. So alkene, alkane, alkyne, carboxylic acid, alcohol, aldehyde, these all the different type of carbon compounds. So presence of number of carbon atom decide these varieties of compounds. So carbon has versatile nature. Versatile means some specific nature, peculiar nature and important nature. So which makes us carbon as a versatile. You know that carbon atomic number is 6. So electronic configuration of carbon is 2 and 4. So around carbon there are 4 valency electrons. So which make it as a versatile nature because of that number of electron which is present in the outermost shell. Why does carbon form so many compounds? There are millions of compounds. Example, paper, wood, some of the food item, some of the medical item, coal, this all the one are carbon compounds. When you see this carbon has 4 valency. The 4 valency of carbon is combining with another 4 carbon or number of carbon atoms. So one carbon can combine with other carbon atoms to form a large number of compounds. It can form a long chain and it can form a branch one and it can form a cyclic compound. So one carbon can combine with other carbon. So always carbon form covalent compound. It share its electrons. When you see here 5 carbon atoms are in a straight line, another one more carbon atom in a side branch. So when one carbon can combine with another carbon atom, that is known as catenation. Catenation is a property in which one atom can combine with the atom of similar. That is known as catenation. Carbon bond are stable because of the size of the carbon atom. Carbon is so small so that it can form a strong carbon compound. It can form a strong bond with other atom. So catenation is a self-linking property of an element to form long straight chain compound, branch chain compound and ring is called catenation. So carbon can form a strong bond because of its small size so that carbon compounds are stable. When you see here, one carbon atom contains 4 valency electron. The 4 valency electron is combined with 4 other atom of carbon or 4 atom of different element. So carbon has tetravalency. What do you mean by tetravalency? 4 valency. Carbon 4 valency electrons are combined with 4 other atom of carbon or 4 different atom to form a number of compounds. That is known as tetravalency. Tetravalency is one atom can combine with 4 atom of different atom or 4 atom of similar atom. That is known as tetravalency. So catenation, tetravalency and small size. These are the versatile nature of carbon. So what are the versatile nature of carbon? Catenation and tetravalency and small size. So because of that it can form so many carbon compounds. When you see here carbon is combined with 1 hydrogen and 3 fluorine atom. So it can combine with different atom or it can combine with same atom. These all the covalent compounds. So organic compounds, specifically we say all those organic compounds contain carbon as a important main constituents. So in a organic compounds, carbon is a important constituent. The word organic means that which has been derived from an organism. The term organic compound refers to all those compounds of carbon except for some exception like oxides of carbon, carbonates, carbides and cyanides. Oxides of carbon, carbonate, carbides and cyanides are inorganic compound. Other than that, what all the compound contain carbon is known as organic compound. For example, acetic acid, formic acid, ethanol, methanol, alcohol, these are the example of organic compounds. Other than that, carbonic acid, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide are inorganic compounds. So, in our world, millions of organic compounds are present. All those organic compounds contain carbon as an important constituent element. Which make this number of compounds? Because of this catenation. What is catenation? One atom of carbon can combine with 4 atom of carbon. Self-linking. Self-linking means one atom is combining with similar atom. There are different types of hydrocarbon. Hydrocarbon means hydrogen is combined with carbon to form compound is known as hydrocarbon. Hydrogen with carbon is known as hydrocarbon. There are two types of hydrocarbon, that is saturated and unsaturated. What do you mean by saturated? When you see this carbon, it's combining with other atom to form a compound. If one carbon atom is combining with other atom, if it is combining with a single bond, then it is known as saturated. If a carbon atom is combining with another atom to form a compound by the single bond, it is known as saturated. Saturated hydrocarbon contains single bond. When you see here, this is the methane, CH4. One carbon atom is combining with 4 hydrogen atom. So each carbon, one electron is sharing with one hydrogen atom. Like 4 electron of carbon is sharing with 4 hydrogen atom to form a covalent bond, and it is a single bond. So single bond is saturated. This is methane. This is the simplest hydrocarbon. Which is the simplest hydrocarbon? Methane is the simplest hydrocarbon. The formula of methane is CH4. This is the electron dot structure. Why do we say it is saturated? Because all the hydrogen and carbonates have only single bond, so that it is saturated. 4 single bonds are present. This is C2H6, ethane. One carbon means methane, 2 carbon means ethane. We will name it as a ethane, E-T-H-A-N-E, ethane. Here 2 carbon atoms are there. 2 carbon atom, when you see here, 4 carbon electron of carbon and another 4 electron of carbon is sharing with hydrogen and carbon with a single bond. So if it share 1 electron from each atom, it form a single bond. If it share 1 electron from each atom, it is a single bond. So this also comes under saturated. Ethane also comes under saturated. So how many bonds are there? Count the bond. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bonds are present between ethane. So ethane contains 7 bonds. Formula is C2H6, 7 covalent bond, that is single bond. Methane, what is methane? Methane is the simplest hydrocarbon, CH4, that is methane. Next one is propane. It contains 3 carbon atom, C3H8, propane. 1 means methane, 1 carbon means methane, 2 carbon means ethane. If it contains 3 carbon, it is propane. This is the structure of propane, C3H8. All those electron of carbon is satisfied by single bond. So it is saturated. So when you draw the structure, you should see that around the carbon there should be 4 bond. Around the carbon there should be 4 bond. If 4 bonds are satisfied, then it is a correct structure. So here all the 4 bonds are satisfied by single bond. So it is saturated. Propane is the third member of alkane series, hydrocarbon. Formula is C3H8. So how many hydrogen atoms are present? 8 hydrogen atom and 3 carbon atom. How many bonds are present? Count the number of bonds and say how many covalent bonds are present in propane. So when you see here, all those are sharing one electron. So it has single bond. So this also comes under saturated hydrocarbon. Why do we say it is a hydrocarbon? Because it has carbon and hydrogen as a main constituent. Next one, 4 carbon atom. If it contains 4 carbon, we say it is a butane. Butane means 4 carbon atom. Formula is C4H10. What is the molecular formula for butane? C4H10. Here also all those bond are single bond, so it comes under saturated. So how many carbons are present? 4 carbon. All those 4 valency of carbon is satisfied and it contains 10 hydrogen atom. When you see the first carbon, 3 hydrogen atom, 1 carbon atom. If you see the second carbon, 2 carbon atom and 2 hydrogen atom. If you see the third carbon, 2 carbon atom and 2 hydrogen atom. The fourth carbon, if you see there, 3 hydrogen atom and 1 carbon atom. Thus it is sharing one electron with both, so that it is saturated. So alkanes, all the alkanes are saturated. Alkanes means it contains single bond. So which all the one are examples of alkanes? Methane, ethane, propane, butane. 5 means pentane, 6 hexane, 7 heptane, 8 octane, 9 nonane, 10 decane. So general formula is CnH2n plus 2. What is the general formula of alkane? CnH2n plus 2. When you see here, CH4 is methane, C1. Hydrogen 2 into 1, 2 plus 2, that is 4. When you see that ethane, C2H6, N is equal to 2. So C2H2 into 2 plus 2. For propane, C3H2 into 3 plus 2, that is equal to 8. For butane, C4H2 into 4 plus 2, that is butane. So alkanes are saturated hydrocarbons. All the alkanes contain single bond. So methane, ethane, propane, butane. Learn all those formula and name and try to draw the electron dot structure and structure. Alkane means all single bond. Carbon single bond. So around one carbon you should see that 4 lines should be there. If 4 lines are single bond, we say that that is a alkane. So which is the simplest hydrocarbon? Methane is the simplest hydrocarbon. Name the hydrocarbon with 4 hydrogen and 4 carbon and 10 hydrogen. Butane. What is the general formula of alkane? CnH2n plus 2. So it contains 5 pentane, 6 hexane, 7 heptane, 8 octane, 9 carbon nonane, 10 carbon decane. So it is there in your textbook. You can practice this all the one by seeing your textbook and name the compound and draw the structure. This is the structure of pentane. This is the structure of hexane. Why do we say it's a structure of hexane? Because it contains 6 carbon atoms. All the 6 carbon atoms are present in a straight line. So this is N-hexane also you can say. When it is present in a straight line, we can say it is a N-hexane. So when you see this straight line can be break and you can attach into another carbon. So you will be getting different formula.